So recently I've been feeling like I'm in a rut. This is episode 2 of the series where I manually pull myself out of it. Today we're talking about working out. So, how is exercise actually going to help you at all mentally? Well, first of all, it gets you out of your head and into your body. For a lot of us these days, we just sit all the time. You sit at the table, you sit in your car, you sit at the office. The thing is, we didn't evolve to just sit all the time. We evolved to hunt and gather and walk around and play and use our bodies. When you're sitting, you're neglecting a big part of what it is to be human, is to move around and use your body. Just in order to feel like the systems in your body are working together, you have to do things that your body is expecting you to do. And that includes exercising, just moving. A huge part of why I think exercise makes you feel better is that it shows you can, that you have some ability. Even if you can only do one push-up or you can only run for a minute before you get winded, it shows you that you have some ability, that your body has power to do things in the real world. You get to test your limits out. In normal, regular, everyday life, you don't really get to see where your limits are because you can be in your comfort zone nearly all the time, just thinking and not actually running into barriers. But when you run into barriers with exercise and you push through them, you find that this is hard and I can still persist and keep going. That gives you self-confidence. When you find that you come up against some resistance and you keep going, it makes you feel so much better about yourself. It gives you more self-esteem to know that, you know what, if I keep going, I can do hard things. And if that isn't a metaphor for getting yourself out of a rut, I don't know what is, man. That same mentality translates into your work life, into your personal relationships, that when resistance comes up, you don't have to just walk away and give up. You can keep trying and you can do it. I think, like many people, I've had a somewhat complicated relationship with my body, with exercise. As a kid, I took part in a lot of sports. The biggest thing for me was just getting better and being the best. When I went to university, I didn't have that structured element of being on a team to keep me accountable. And so I stopped working out for a while. And it kind of caught up to me. Like, I started gaining weight. I wasn't eating well, just going out on the weekends, not really respecting my body. Then when I started working out and going to the gym, it was purely for aesthetic reasons. I just didn't like how I looked and I wanted to look different, and it was that black and white. I kind of forgot about the enjoying it aspect and the self-improvement aspect. It was just about how I looked. I did get in really good shape, but then I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't like my body in a weird way. I'm starting to work towards finding a more balanced approach where you can appreciate your body for its abilities, still want to improve, and still enjoy the exercise and the activity. It's definitely not easy. And I think that's something that's just part of the human condition. Like, everybody kind of struggles with that. That yes, you have a mind, but it is inside a body that you have to use in the physical world. I think people struggle in different ways with maybe eating or staying active, or, you know, you're pushing yourself with your abilities, or just different kinds of aspects. Still a long way from perfect, but it's a work in progress. Another thing that I find, at least, is that when I'm exercising, I put a lot of energy into the movement of my body, and so there's less energy left over for me to overthink things with my mind. You just straight up feel better when you don't have all that extra restlessness in your head. I can think better, I can listen better to the people in my life, I'm more confident, I catastrophize less, I just have a clearer mind when I've moved my body. So disregarding any other considerations, it's still just good for your head. I'm kind of convinced that humans need projects. When we don't have something to put our energy into, something to work towards, we start feeling kind of empty inside. Doing things on everybody else's agenda gets to you after a while. You need something that you're doing just to work on it and build something. And that project can be your own fitness or your own athleticism, your own abilities. So whatever the activity is that you're performing, it gives you a project. Whether that's getting better at your backhand at tennis, or running a faster mile, or lifting heavier, or doing the splits, whatever it is, it gives you something to work towards. You can break it down into chunks and you can see yourself improve over time. Seeing yourself improve at this passion project is also going to give you confidence and give you motivation, not just for that area of your life, but for other areas of your life too. So I used to be able to do a headstand. Let's see if I still got it. And that's how we do, baby. And of course, I don't even have to mention this, but it's so true. Exercise is just so good for you. When you're in good shape, everything just goes more smoothly. Your head is clearer, you feel better about your body, you're more likely to make healthy choices when it comes to food. You're just gonna live longer, you're gonna have less aches and pains. Things are just gonna move more smoothly, and that makes a big difference to your quality of life too. Of course, I'm not a doctor, but I think I can confidently say that it's just going to be good for your health, pretty unequivocally.